Are you a fan of Deadpool? You might think you know everything about this wisecracking, red-suited anti-hero, but there are still many things that you don't know about him. In this video, we'll tell you 10 things about Deadpool that even the biggest fans might not know. From his unique abilities to his unusual adventures, get ready to learn some new and exciting things about your superhero. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates. Let's get started. Number 10. The creation of Deadpool. Deadpool's first appearance in a comic book was in New Mutants number 98 in 1990. At first, he was described as a simple bad guy who the X-Force and the New Mutants had to fight. The figure was made by Fabian Nicieza and Rob Liefeld, who write comic books. Because Deadpool's outfit and personality looked a lot like the DC character Deathstroke, whose real name is Slade Wilson, the name Wade Wilson was given to him as a joke. This made sense since Deadpool is a joke figure. Deadpool is a Canadian assassin with terrible scars who can heal from them. He is known for making jokes about other characters and breaking the fourth wall all the time. In the comics, he changed over time, becoming more famous and going from being a bad guy to a funny anti-hero. Number 9. Deadpool is a daddy. Wade Wilson might have a few children, some of whom are stranger than others. Susan Mary is one of these hairs. She was born from the DNA of both Deadpool and Spider-Man, making them co-parents of this little but dangerous girl. Susan Mary was made by Patient Zero, which adds another layer of complexity to her story. Eleanor Ellie Camacho is another one of Deadpool's kids. Ellie gets along with her dad a little better than Susan Mary does. Since Ellie's mother, Carmelita, raised her most of the time, her life changed dramatically when Carmelita died. After her mother died, Ellie moved in with Emily Preston, who works for S.H.I.E.L.D. Even though Wade knows he might not be the best dad, he has shown Ellie real love. Because Ellie thinks her dad could be a better person, she always tries to lead him in the right direction, but the results aren't always good. In Marvel 2099, Ellie has an interesting plot where she fights with Deadpool's other daughter, Warda Wilson. The fact that Warda was born from Deadpool's connection with Shikla makes things even more complicated in the family. Number 8. Deadpool is pansexual. Deadpool is bisexual, a fact that sets him apart from many other superheroes. From the air of smugness that pervades this Marvel adventure, you might think it was the first film to break the fourth wall or feature a profane, badly behaved hero. However, Deadpool has earned the right to be pleased with itself. The movie breaks new ground in the area of its hero's sexual identity. In the comics from which the movie is adapted, Deadpool is pansexual. He makes no distinction between genders or gender identities in his choice of partners. This inclusive approach to relationships adds a unique and progressive layer to his character, making Deadpool a standout in the superhero genre. Number 7. He wasn't the first Marvel character to break the fourth wall. Only a few Marvel figures, like Uatu the Watcher, are aware that there are viewers. SheHulk, whose real name is Jennifer Walters, is one of the most self-aware Marvel characters, right up there with Wade Wilson. When SheHulk first appeared in comics in 1979, she broke the fourth wall all the time, long before Deadpool did. Comic book versions of the story show that SheHulk has fought Deadpool and has also been his lawyer. Even though they both have a strange power, they haven't connected with the crowd together yet. The most similar example is on the alternate cover of SheHulk number 9, where she meets Deadpool. Also, if SheHulk beats Deadpool in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Deadpool will say that this fight might have gone differently if the game had come out in 1991. Number 6. Bea Arthur is his favorite Golden Girl. Deadpool thinks Dorothy Zbornak is more than just the Golden Girls MVP. He still thinks that Bea Arthur was the most beautiful woman in the world, which made him feel even better after she died in 2009. The spaceship of the Deadpool Corps is named after her by Wade Wilson, who is Deadpool. This is a unique way for him to honor her memory. This shows how much he admires and respects the late star. Ryan Reynolds, who plays Deadpool, knew that recognizing Bea Arthur was important for staying true to the character. He spent $10,000 of his own money to wear a Bea Arthur t-shirt in the first movie, which helped charity in the end. Reynolds didn't stop there. He also did a salute by giving Deadpool's two katanas the names B and Arthur. Even though B. Arthur didn't live to see Deadpool come out, Betty White did. Through these honors, Arthur's memory is still honored, connecting the worlds of old TV shows and new superhero movies. Number 5. He idolizes Captain America. The last Marvel figures we think would get along are Deadpool and Captain America, but they still don't seem to be a good match. One is a Boy Scout All-American. The other person is from Canada and likes red better than blue and white. Even though they are very different, Deadpool has loved Steve Rogers since he was a kid. Of course, Deadpool's respect for Captain America has been put to the test over the years, most famously during the Secret Empire storyline. Still, they've shown that they can work well together. In fact, they formed an evil trio with Wolverine in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Could Ryan Reynolds get Hugh Jackman to play Wolverine again? If so, he might be able to get Chris Evans to don the shield one more time. Number 4. Deathstroke paved the way for Deadpool. The jokes in Deadpool are funnier than those in most superhero comics. Because of this, it makes sense that he started as a parody of Deathstroke, another masked assassin. The fact that Wade Wilson and Slade Wilson both have the last name Wilson is not an accident. When Fabian Nicieza looked at Rob Liefeld's art for Deadpool, he couldn't help but notice a strong similarity to Deathstroke. Deathstroke and Deadpool will never have a real relationship because Deathstroke is from DC and Deadpool is from Marvel. As a joke, Wade would always be linked to Slade through the Wilson last name. Liefeld strongly insisted that Deadpool is not a copy of Deathstroke, even if there are some superficial similarities. The real question is if Death Mask is DC's answer to Deadpool. Number 3. Joe was the inspiration behind Deadpool. Rob Liefeld got ideas for Deadpool from Spider-Man and Wolverine. Another thing Liefeld looked at was G.I. Joe, especially Snake Eyes. There is a connection between hiding behind masks and being good with swords. Still, it's funny that these two have something in common since Snake Eyes is quiet but dangerous, and Deadpool is always coming up with one-liners. Plus, Hollywood would make these figures look completely different from what they are. The figure in Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins talks a lot, even though they usually don't. Wade can't speak in X-Men Origins. Wolverine, because his mouth is sewn shut. Also, the characters in both pictures show their faces a lot. It seems like Hollywood doesn't get what fans want. Number 2. He's probably not a mutant. Wade Wilson, or simply Deadpool, got his superpowers from the Weapon X program. This group is the same one that gave Wolverine his skills. Deadpool got his regenerating healing factor from Logan, and it is very strong. This power is so strong that it's even stronger than Wolverine's healing skills. A lot of mutants are born with powers that can come out at different times in their lives. Wade Wilson's story is different though. He is called a mutate, which is a word for someone who gets their skills from outside sources. These powers are not something you are born with. They can happen by mistake or on purpose. Number 1. Fans kept Deadpool alive, immortal. When he first came out, Deadpool was just a side character. Marvel didn't think he would last long, let alone become the main character of a series. The character was liked by fans right away though. Fabian Nicieza said that fan mail for the New Mutants number 98 went up 500%, and that 3/4 of them said something along the lines of Deadpool was funny. Bring him back. Marvel gave them what they wanted by putting Deadpool in several books before making him the main character of a miniseries in 1993. There would be a running Deadpool comic by 1997. It took a while for Hollywood to see Deadpool's true promise, but Marvel finally saw what they had. Fans' reactions to the leaked test video, thankfully, made sure that Deadpool would always be in movies. That's all for now. If you are really a fan of Deadpool, then like and share the video, and don't forget to follow us for more amazing videos. Thank you.